the ability to give straight answers.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can give a straight answer. Simple.
Don't manipulate things.
I'm not manipulating anything. You're the one who just wants to talk about diacritical marks.
Don't be wiggly because I won't let you wiggle.
You literally, you didn't want to talk about the diacritical marks because you know that changes the text.
I won't let you wiggle your body.
Right, okay, so you don't want to talk about diacritical marks because you know diacritical marks change the text. Simple.
Yes, sir.
There you are.
Who's discussing? Wait,
are you going to address this?
Who is discussing?
Will you address this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so do diacritical marks change the meaning of words in Arabic?
Before we get to diacritical marks.
Okay, so you won't talk about it. There's your answer, guys.
Hello, are you listening?
All he has to say is, yes, here's the answer.
Games.
Games?
These games are not working.
Did I not just ask him about diacritical marks? And did he not just say, before I do that...
Okay.
Okay, will he answer? Let's see if he
Are you going to
answers.
answer my question?
What do you mean? I just asked you a question.
No, but there's already a discussion going on before that.
Yes.
Finish off that and then
I literally did.
Finish the first discussion.
Okay, go back to it. What was your question?
Finish the first discussion.
Go on, very quickly, what was the question?
I explained to you.
Come on, very quick.
Last week, I told you categorically that we have to establish A before we move on to B, C, and D.
Okay, sure.
Do you agree?
In what context?
In any discussion, when it is a systematic discussion, it requires details. So we establish the basic foundational points first before we move on. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
So I was discussing the foundations.
So the foundations.
And you don't want to discuss the foundations because the foundations will remove the rug from your feet.
Okay, so.
Because the moment we establish A, there is no B, C, and D.
Okay.
Because point A is very important.
Lower your voice.
Yeah.
Your point was that the consonantal razim is the fundamental text and you can derive the word from it and hence there is no difference. No, that was your point.
No.
I'm saying no, because when you add the diacritical marks you get the fullness of the word and those are different.
For 1 hour I was asking you a simple question. The question was,
why are you doing this? This is silly.
Are these two specimen, are they human beings?
Yes.
Your answer was, he has a bag.
No.
He has a jacket.
I just gave you an answer.
He has nice hair. Yes. He doesn't show his hair. Right?
Okay. I just gave you an answer.
This is what you're doing. You want to jump to the bag and to the jacket. I'm saying no. I want to talk about this structure. They both look the same.
Did I just say yes?
Wait.
Did I just say yes?
Yes. Human beings.
Okay, good. Right. Okay, so I have done that.
Brilliant.
Right, now moving back to it. Do diacritical marks change the Arabic text?
No. Coming back to question
Okay. Again, I still haven't been able to get an answer for this. This is still going on. Do diacritical marks change the Arabic text? Simple.
I don't want to discuss the bag before we discuss them.
Okay, so you won't talk about it?
No, I want to discuss them. I don't want to discuss the bag. The bag is irrelevant.
Yeah, and you were like, these guys, are they same or different?
The decoration of the person and the decoration of this person is irrelevant to my discussion. I'm discussing the structure, how they made. Okay. He has two arms.
Right. So they're both human beings.
He has one head.
Okay.
He has 2 legs. This is what I want to discuss for now. And once we
we've already affirmed it. They're both human beings.
We can build upon that and discuss. You don't want to discuss the structure because once you do that,
I don't know what you mean
finished.
by that yet.
You're finished. Your argument is finished. You're gone.
Right.
And we'll see.
So you still haven't talked about the diacritical marks.
Let's see if you can demonstrate honesty and integrity.
Go on. Let's see where they go.
The Birmingham parchment. Can you stop it? The Birmingham parchment.
Yeah.
As it has been written.
Yeah.
Stop using flashy terms because people out there don't understand the consonantal
That's called a cop-out.
Consonantal rasm.
That's called a cop-out. He's basically saying, I don't want to talk about that because that would refute me and it would embarrass me because that means that the Arabic has changed. You know full well that Ibn Masud has different codexes. You know full well.
I'm not going to let you play
as a historian of Islam, you know that. You know what Al-Tabari says. You know what other sources say.
Let him ask the question and then you answer it.
Let me ask you a question. And I hope you understand my question for the 50th, 60th, or 70th time maybe now, yeah? The way the Qur'an, the Birmingham copy, one of the earliest copies in the world, radiocarbon dated, to have come from the life of the Prophet and his companions, according to the scholars in Birmingham University themselves. Okay,
right?
Now,
it can become before, yeah?
Just made a statement.
Yeah.
Or potentially before that.
Yes, because of the dates, yes.
Okay. Or potentially before that. Did everyone hear that?
Yes.
Did everyone hear that? He said, or potentially before that.
Yeah.
Now, this is why I don't want to talk to you. You know why? Because it's like someone claiming...
Because it upsets you, Adnan.
No. Someone claiming that this gentleman has 4 legs.
Okay.
If I say he has 2 legs, you say he's got 4 legs.
You're saying what I said is untrue.
Okay, wait.
Is what I said untrue?
Wait.
It isn't, is it?
Give me one scholar, from any university in the world who has published on the Quran, and there are thousands of journals, thousands of writings written by scholars from around the world, Australia, Canada, USA, Britain, Germany, France. I can name them. One name who said the Quran came before Muhammad.
Okay, that's a really interesting question. Let me answer.
Does everyone understand the question?
Yeah.
He will.
Right. So
I
he's
don't
saying.
think he understands.
Okay, let me repeat it then.
Do you all understand my question? People watching.
Let me repeat it for you.
Do you understand my question?
Adnan, let me repeat it for you.
Okay, can you please say yes? Do you understand my question?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So Adnan's question was, can I quote any experts of whom believe that the Quran...
Scholar.
Scholars, experts, a synonym.
Published scholars.
It's a synonym.
You see, again, do you understand my question? Shall I rephrase?
Wow.
Shall I
This
give me
is such a
one
monologue.
scholar, published scholar,
Yeah.
and there are thousands of publications on the Quran. One published scholar who said the Quran came before Muhammad.
Okay. The
And why am I
Quran...
saying this? Because you said it could be before. It could be before Muhammad.
Anand,
It could.
Anand,
You know the
are
word
you gonna let
could
me
is the
answer?
problem here.
Anand, can I answer? This is an interesting question. Why? Because the Quran actually contains stories in it that we know came from other sources hundreds of years before. For example,
You're not
the
answering my
emphasis,
question.
the
You're not
emphasis
answering my
Arabic.
question.
Listen, he doesn't like my answer.
If you don't
He doesn't
have
like my
a
answer.
scholar,
I'm going to give
if
one.
you don't have a scholar,
I'm going to give you one.
who said the Quran,
I'm going to give you one.
No.
Going
The Quran in its
going to
current
give you
form,
one.
Quran in its current
Yes, in its current
came-
form, yes.
Okay, wait. The text. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
You asked the
text of
question, not
Don't
me.
play games. I'm not talking the stories. We all know stories predate the Quran.
Hey, there you are. Thank you.
We all
Thank
know.
you. So yes, there are entire surahs which have content that predate the Quran.
Do you have a
Thank you.
learning
That predate
disability?
Muhammad.
I
Right.
keep asking that question
So you keep
because you
attacking
are
me.
failing to understand my simple question.
I think you're failing a
The current
debate,
text of the Quran in its Arabic language.
Does the
in its
story of
current
Jesus
form-
breathing life to
Hello,
clay
hello,
birds
hello,
come
hello.
from before the
In
Quran?
its current form, don't make me angry because you're not pissing me off.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
You're
Anand.
pissing me off.
If you lose
I'm
the
sorry.
debate, that's your
Sorry,
fault.
guys. But,
Anand, if
these
you
guys-
lose
these guys,
any scholar
they
of
have
Islam,
the nerve.
any scholar of Islam
They
from the
have
Western
the
world, so
audacity
Patricia
to
Crone, might
walk
be
up there and say things like that. Wait.
Yeah. Okay. Notice that his temperament has changed.
No.
I've remained calm,
because-
and he's saying he's getting effed off. Right? That's his words, not mine. All I'm saying is I can be calm because I know what I'm saying is true. He's getting caught up in this because he wants to say the Quran is an original
People can be
revelation,
calm and they can
but he
see
knows
all sorts of- they can say all sorts of things. Being
But he
calm
knows, he knows full well there are many scholars like Patricia Crone, Michael Cook. There are pretty much anyone, Arthur Jeffries, Fred Donner, who are history.
Don't mention
They are.
names. Don't mention names.
You
You
literally
don't know what they wrote.
You just told me.
Patricia Crone is not a scholar of Quran.
No, she's a
Michael
scholar. No,
Cook.
she's
Did
a
you mention
scholar
Michael
of
Cook?
history of Islam.
Okay. Do you know?
No,
do you know
the reason why I'm
Did you- again,
listen.
Did you all understand my question?
Okay. Yes, and have I answered it?
specifically mentioned
Have I answered it?
scholars on the
Yep.
Quran who have
Yes,
published
the
on the Quran.
history of the
So
Quran.
don't mention scholars
Right.
of Islamic conquest,
On your-
early
on your-
Islam,
on your,
or
a
other
student
fields.
of
Don't mention.
history of
Don't play
Islam.
these games.
Okay,
Try
so
not. You're
listen,
wasting my time again.
Are there
My time
stories?
is precious. I can go to
Listen,
someone else and talk to
right.
someone else.
If you want to run, feel free. Doesn't bother me. Listen. Is there not entire surahs that have within them stories that can be found that outside of the Quran that predate the Quran of Muhammad?
I will answer the question.
Yes, please do.
Don't engage with him.
Because I can give you scholars that will tell you that, very simply. Pretty much any Western scholar of history of Islam will tell you that.
Okay.
In fact, Yasser Qadi and stuff will tell you that.
Okay, wait.
He's not. He doesn't know anything about the history of Islam. All right then. Okay.
I asked you a question.
Yeah.
I asked you a question. The Birmingham parchment, it has been carbon dated.
Okay.
And
so
you said, wait.
you're now going to a
be
different
quiet,
question.
be
You're now
quiet,
going to
be
a
quiet.
different question.
Why are we discussing this question? Why
No,
are we-
I gave
why
you an
are we
answer. I
discussing
gave
this
you an
question?
answer to that very question you
You are a
asked.
plain liar.
Right, okay, so-
Who is deliberately lying.
Notice
about
again,
all
he's lost his temper.
Okay.
He has
Yeah.
to now
Because
make ad
I'm
hominems
allergic
against
to,
me.
I'm allergic to bullshit. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right,
to
okay.
bullshit.
So Anand, you see, the thing with me is,
allergy, and then I have to take tablets.
Anand,
I don't have patience with people like this.
Anand, you have to insult me because you don't have a ground to stand on. That's why.
Correctamundo.
Because you asked me questions. You asked me questions like, name me a single scholar who believes that the Quran comes from before Muhammad. And I gave you examples of surahs, and then go through the surahs. Surah 20, Surah Taha, for example, which ironically is in the Birmingham manuscripts.
Now you're making a claim
everyone knows this.
that the text of the Quran,
Yes.
as we know it today,
Yes.
predates Muhammad. Yes?
The stories within them, yes.
Wait. Are you hearing my words?
You said
That's
the
why
Quran.
I'm getting, that's why I'm getting
you
angry.
said, show
Are
me
you
any
listening
scholar.
to my words? The
Listen,
text
Adnan,
of the
Adnan,
Quran, I'm not
show.
talking
I'm
about
not
the
gonna show.
stories. I'm not talking about the stories. I'm
Is the
talking
Quran
about the text of the Quran.
Does the Quran have meaning?
Listen,
Okay, that's a no then, apparently.
my question. The text of the Quran, as we know it today, the text in the Arabic language,
Right.
does it predate Muhammad?
There are surahs that mention stories within the text.
He's not
Within the
listening to me, guys.
text.
I'm sorry.
Wow. There you go. There you are. That's simple. And then thank you for that. I really love that. That was brilliant. And then I'd love to shake your hands. And then will you shake my hand? Will you shake my hand? Okay, guys, can I just keep doing this because listen. Let's tell you this. Guys, you need to know this. You need to know this. For example, in the Birmingham portfolio, it contains parts of Surah 20, Surah Taha. First of all, we don't know what Taha means. It's a mysterious thing. But anyway, that's one point. The point is that it contains elements within it, such as the story of the seven sleepers, right? Yes. That is a story that predates the Quran.
Exactly.
So the revelation given to Muhammad is not an original revelation, according to every scholar who studied this, whether they're secular, whether they're Muslim, whether they're Christian. They are all.
He's clearly a liar.
He's
clearly a liar.
You know what?
Clearly a liar.
No matter what you say, I'll always wish the best.
Wait, listen. No. Of course. You know, Christians are wolves in sheep's clothing. That's what you are. You come very timid. You come very soft and timid. You're very low in your pitch because you are a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what you have done for 2,000 years. You went. You know what the church did to Muslims in Spain. You know what the church? They came in sheep's clothing. They came in sheep's clothing and they destroyed the Jews and the Muslims of Spain.
Okay.
Do you know what they did to them?
Why
do you have any idea?
Topic?
That's why I don't. You know your soft pitch,
so you should condemn
your soft tone.
Because I know it's one. Because I know it's one. Adnan, I already know it's one. That's why. It's game over for you, Adnan.
Can you move aside? Because why didn't you
Wait. I did. I've answered all of them.
Okay.
Really.
I'm going to repeat my
apart from that
question.
one, because I don't really want to bother going anything. Why would I go in that tangent?
Okay.
We were
Can
talking
I
about
my
something.
Question?
Okay.
You are claiming. We're discussing the text of that particular parchment,
which borrows elements from other stories that predate it. Yes.
We're not discussing that point.
That was exactly what you said. You said
that's not the point of discussion. This is why I'm calling you a liar.
Yes,
this is why I'm calling you a manipulator and a disingenuous bigot.
Does the story of Jesus breathing life into clay birds come from another source that predates the Quran? Does it?
Does it? Because he's clearly not. Either he has a learning disability, which I don't think is the case. The other option is he's disingenuous.
And then the other option is that you've lost the debate.
My questions and not giving me answers to my questions.
I just gave you.
I am not discussing the stories.
Right.
Because we never deny that Quran has stories that predate Prophet Muhammad. Absolutely.
Then it's not an original revelation from Muhammad.
Put that question aside. The Bible has stories that predate the text, and I can give you examples.
It's not an issue for us, but it's an issue for you.
The Bible refers to the flood of Noah, right?
It's not a problem.
Yes. So there you go. So there you go. What games are you? I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the stories. I'm talking about that particular text found in the Birmingham parchment.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about that. Now it's clear. Now it's clear. Okay. Again, he's going to repeat the stories. He's going to keep. Well, for 1 hour, I'm going to keep repeating the same question. He's going to get stories.
Yes.
We have established the stories predate Muhammad.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Thank you.
And
That's it, guys.
They are told by Allah in the Quran once again. Just like they were told, just like Moses was told about Noah, just like Jesus was told about Noah, just like David and Solomon in their respective times, revelations came to them. So stories predate the prophets. When they tell stories, they predate them. So now I couldn't put it more simply. Okay, now,
You know they came from Gnostic sources, right?
now.
So does the Quran affirm
The
Gnostic
text
sources?
of the Quran in its Arabic language, as we know it today,
Right.
or as it is written in the Birmingham parchment,
Uh-huh.
which scholar, again, of the Quran specifically, which scholar of the Quran specifically, can I choose my words more carefully and more particularly specifically? Okay, which scholar of the Quran with due credentials said that the text of the Quran, the Arabic text of the Quran, predates Muhammad?
The Qur'an. The Qur'an.
Do you all understand my question?
Okay, let me explain.
Does everyone
Right,
understand
right.
my question?
Okay, nice.
Is
Guys,
there any confusion?
Can I answer? Can I answer? Can I answer?
We're not
Listen,
talking about the
listen.
stories.
Can I talk?
We're
Yeah.
talking about the text. Now over to you.
Great. So this is brilliant. He's already affirmed that the stories actually do predate
Again,
Muhammad.
stories.
Brilliant. So I'm actually fine. I'm fine with I am fine with saying that the Quran in its entirety is a unique
If
text.
the
I have no problem
Christians
with that.
think that they
problem
have
with it.
good representation at the park,
Because it's already
I beg
admitted.
the Christians from around the world,
I know.
send your guys from
I know.
America, from Canada, decent people. People who like
Decent
to
people,
talk
I know.
to,
You
people who
said
can
I had learning
represent your faith
disabilities, I know.
properly. We are
I
here.
know.
We will
You said I had
talk
learning
day and night.
disabilities.
We will address you. We will address your questions. Those who are sincere Christians, come and talk to us. Come and talk to us, and we will answer your questions. People like this are doing injustice to you. People like these bigots who come to the park
DJ, what did you just
week
say?
after
He
week,
said I was a
will
bigot.
lie on Islam,
said I
and when
was
they're
a bigot.
confronted,
In
confronted.
Quran, where people were accusing Muhammad of copying the stories, were right.
They were correct, yeah.
Yeah.
That was true, yeah.
So, when
So
Muhammad
I guess
came
you
to
would believe
the
that, yeah?
Talk to me?
Quran,
Yeah.
the
You wanna
Quran
talk
is
to me?
saying,
Yeah.
the Quran
Maybe you can do a better job. You can give the mic to him.
Let me finish.
Come
Let
on.
me
No,
finish.
no,
No,
no.
you can finish. You want to talk to me? You want to talk to me?
You just admitted that Quran has the story which were before the Quran. Yeah. So when
my
Muhammad
understanding
gave
is that
the
it's a claim from
revelations
Medina.
to the people,
Sorry, can I-
my friend,
the people
don't
accused of
confirm
Muhammad
me.
of doing
Do
what?
you wanna talk to me?
Copying the stories
Yeah.
of previous.
Brother,
That's you.
brother,
You just
do you
confirmed.
wanna respond?
Adnan has
Do you wanna
confirmed that
respond to
yes,
me?
the
Do you
stories
wanna
themselves
respond?
predate the Quran,
Respond to
and they
that.
come from Gnostic
Respond
sources.
to that. Respond to that.
He doesn't want to talk. So he
Respond to that.
will
Respond
talk.
to that. I'm listening.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I wish we could have a conversation,
I know.
In
but
your
it's not possible with these guys.
In your Quran, Muhammad
And then I
was
think it's
accused
done.
of
I'm really happy with
copying the
that.
stories
Thank you very
of
much for this chat.
previous scriptures.
I wish you all
So
the
they
best.
were
I hope
right.
you and your family are well.
They were right.
And I hope you
No,
come to
And
Jesus.
no.
just now
You've
Adnan
disappointed
confirmed
people again.
that we have the stories
Have a nice
before
day,
the
man.
Quran.
Have a nice day.
So the people are the Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Mr. Trigo, that's right. You want to discuss? Jesus Akbar.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Jesus Akbar. Jesus Akbar. Jesus Akbar. Jesus Akbar. Adnan
Yes,
just
yes, I do that.
confirmed.
Yes.
Adnan has just confirmed that the Quran has copied the stories of the previous scripture. So when Muhammad
Maybe
was
I need to rethink
accusing,
that. Maybe I'll rethink
Muhammad was accused by
I'll have a
people
look
of
at it. I'll have a
copying
look
the
at
previous
it.
scripture. Chris, what did he copy? Tell me. What did he
All right,
copy?
guys, real quick.
Okay, wait.
Do you want to get this on camera? Is it a summary? I don't know. No, not interest. No, not too fun. All right then. Right, so it's important to understand. What is affirmed is that the Quran does contain stories that predate Muhammad.
Yeah.
They contain stories that we actually know where they came from. They came from sources that are Gnostic in nature. They came from sources that no Christian or Jew believe.
What story?
And-
Like what story?
Okay, so there's...
Like what
Yep.
story?
The Seven Sleepers is one. The other one is
Mention
Jesus
it.
breathing
What story? What
life in the
story?
clay birds.
Yes.
That's
What
another one. The other one is Jesus defending Miriam from the cradle. That's another one.
Wait a second.
Jesus defending Miriam from the cradle. That's another one. That's in earlier sources. That's in the Arabic infancy gospel. You
let me
can
ask you-
Google it right now.
Let me ask you
The
one thing.
Arabic
Google is no reference, by the way. Stop using Google, whatever.
yeah, don't Google it.
no,
Don't Google it.
You rely Google
Don't
in
worry.
the Bible.
Listen,
No,
my
which
point
one do
is
you
this,
rely?
my friend, don't touch
No, which
me.
one
Come
do
on,
you
man.
rely?
Come on. My
No,
point
which
is
one do
this.
you rely, first of all?
He has affirmed that yes, there are stories in the Quran that predate the Quran that
how
no
did
Christian
he-
or Jew would have believed because it was
Okay, wait.
never accepted by the Christians or
Wait,
Jews.
wait.
It was
If he doesn't
fables.
believe, does that mean he's
and
wrong?
the funny thing is the
Look,
Quran
look.
actually says
If
that
he doesn't
Muhammad is
believe,
just
does that
saying
mean he's wrong?
fables.
Answer.
That was the accusation that the
Answer.
people at the
You
time
just to
of
talk.
Mecca and Medina
discuss.
were saying about Muhammad, that he
Talk,
was
talk.
just saying
Talk.
these. He was just a poet. He was just
book you
saying these
have-
stories
let me
that
explain
they had
to
all
you.
heard before,
Listen.
and of course they had heard it before.
book you
because
have,
they
the
predate
book
other
you have was
sources
written
like the
by
Arabic
false
infancy
authors,
gospel.
not even the disciples. Disciples
Muslims,
never wrote
don't
the
let
book.
yourself be deceived.
Listen,
People
disciples
will lie
never
to you
wrote the
about
Bible.
what is in the Quran. They'll lie to you about these stories. Go and search this for yourself. Do not be bound by what the deen puts in you, but rather be bound by truth. This truth is Jesus Christ.
Muhammad copied the stories.
Show me time.
Thank you very much.
Muhammad, wait.
There you go.
You want to debate?
I have to go at 4:15.
Trust me.
Steve.
What did Adnan Paul is the only person who told you the Bible was inspired by God. Look.
Yeah. So when Chris and Adnan were debating, and Chris made a point that the Quran texts are copied from the previous scripture, and Adnan confirmed that the texts are copied from the previous scripture. For example, the 7 sleepers of Ephesus. If you type on Google, you will find that 7 sleepers of Ephesus, Jesus breathing the life in the bird. They are all copied from the scriptures. So in the Quran, I can't give you the exact words. In the Quran, the people were accusing Muhammad for copying the stories of previous scripture, and Adnan just confirmed that yes, the Quran has the stories of previous scripture and previous fairy tales. So the people at the 7th century, they were right when they accused Muhammad for copying the stories. So Chris will just win the debate. Adnan just copied. Yes. Thank you, God bless.